So CMR find himself in a problem, and the big question is whether he did it or not. Blessed me people, welcome back. You see me? So today peeps, we're gonna take a little look at the situation that CMR is faced with right now. You see me? As you know it, because it's going around in the media, CMR was booked in Florida on molestation charges. You know what I mean? It is alleged that he molested a female under the age of 18 years old. And I mean, it specifically said between the ages of 12 and 15 years old. But before we get into all of that, people, I am going to answer a question that a lot of persons online been asking. Who is CMR and why is he being posted by so many popular media pages? You know what I mean, people? Why is he important? So, for information, CMR is a popular vlogger that is originally from Jamaica and he resides overseas. CMR is also one of the first popular vloggers who started doing music reviews. I think DMR was before him and he came with the name CMR. He was also a member of the United States Army. So you know, back then when he used to do his vlogs, he had a faceless channel, so nobody knew what he looked like. And he was doing a great job at the reviews, you know what I mean? People were very interested in what he was doing. So he is one of the first vloggers from Jamaica who had a vlog on YouTube that was actually trending. So CMR is a very popular figure if you are a person who follow up dancehall, because when Clash go on and so on, you know, CMR are one of them always I do the reviews. Just like you have other popular vloggers like Terrodan and so on, CMR is in that similar category. You get me as a people, yeah man. And you know, CMR also has a family vlog that he does, you know what I mean? Him and him wife and him children, them do them family thing on YouTube and so on and so forth. You see, as a people, them get a lot of views, them always do pranks and so on. So CMR is a youth who have him family, you know what I mean? Seems to be a happy couple to me, you know, his wife, Christy, a very, very beautiful lady, just the same, you know what I mean? Two media people, them were out there in the world and I do it for themselves, you know what I mean? Them have a lot of fans also. So, you know, it is very surprising to a lot of fans when the information was posted online about CMR being booked on molestation charges. You get me, as a people of an underage female. The name of the female will not be disclosed because, you know, underage and so on and so forth. You see, as a people, but it's not a good look, you know what I mean? CMR and his wife went through some relationships problem, you know what I mean, over about 2 years ago when a girl came out and was saying some things about CMR, you know what I mean, them fixed things, you know, things went back to the way it was seemingly. But you know, peeps, it's really shocking and surprising to a lot of people who support these individuals on the internet when things like this just pop up from out of the blues. And you know, peeps, it's just the other day I saw where CMR posted a video where he was making reference to the Diddy case, you know what I mean, and how the people them just switch upon him, you know what I mean, the same people them who used to sit there around and eat at the table, you know, the same people who used to big him up and say him the first black billionaire, are the same people them have the worst things to say about him. No, you get me, as a people, but you know, it's just surprising to see CMR in this position, you see, as a people. And the fact that he's in this position, you know what I mean, and he has been booked, does not necessarily mean he is guilty. You know, everybody have this right, you know, man. Innocent until proven guilty. So people, Cushion Damia Carter, 35 years old, who is popularly known as CMR, the YouTuber or the vlogger, was booked in Orange County, Florida for lascivious molestation of a female that is under the age of 18 years old. So the victim is between the ages of 12 and 15 years old. But you know, much information will not be given about the victim as the victim is still a minor. And for those who might not understand what that means, it means that the person is a child. And I know, say, you know, once some people hear about that, they don't know what it means. So, you know, them are going to run with the thing and say, yes, you know, so CMR rape, or him this, or him attempt, and so on. But it does not necessarily mean that none at all. You get me, as a people? Lascivious just means that the person openly express his sexual desires to a particular female, and that does not mean he had to actually say the words to her. You get me? Sometimes it can be just the way how him look upon her. Maybe him try to send her a signal in some way or the other to let her know that he is interested in her sexually. And he must steer her down. Basically, he might use him eye if he take off her clothes then. And you know, in more extreme circumstances is where the female under 16 years old is touched by the individual and their private parts. You know, private parts include their butt or their genital area or even their breasts. And you know the next thing about it, people, if you, the adult, as much as cause that female to touch herself in a lascivious manner, you are still liable to be charged. And then this charge comes under Florida child molestation laws. And a lot of times when persons get charged under this law, people, they oftentimes win the case once they get an aggressive lawyer that understands the law. Because, you know what I mean, some of the times people will misunderstand another individual's action and interpret it in the wrong way. And you know, these charges will damage the individual's character, especially if the individual is a public figure, you know, somebody that is well known, especially if that person does not stand up for that kind of things. You know what I mean, people out here in Jamaica, you know, say once your name is called and anything as it relates to sexual charges against minor, you know, that bad reputation will never leave you. You will forever be looked down on by most of society. And you know, in addition to that, you know, people, if the offender is over the age of 18 and the minor is between 12 and 16, then they face penalties such as a felony charge up to the 3rd degree, up to 15 years in prison, and up to 10,000 US in fines. And in cases where the offender is over the age of 18 and the minor is under the age of 12, the offender can face felony charges that remain on their record permanently, as well as a prison sentence of up to life in prison. So I'm not joking, people. And you know what, peeps, it can also be a situation where he does not know the female, you know what I mean? And you know, say, them pitney there over America there, dressed like a big people, you know. So I say, some things the children of Jamaica cannot do, them over there so I do it. And them will look big too. So it is possible for him to not know that the female was a minor, because as me say, them pitney there dressed different. Them just like a big people, nails, makeup, and the whole of them things that them bore up and tattoo up and so on. You get me, I say, people? No, we not pick up for the man, but we just look upon the situation from a neutral point of view. You know, a lot of people will say that this situation can happen to them, and if you never got the foul rules, you know, foul can mess by you, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, people, in this particular case, it can be a situation where he was misunderstood. And you know, say, Florida not ease up when it come to them thing there. Once people make the report, you will be put behind bars and you have to go spend lawyer money. You know what I mean? I try to fix your reputation. I try to fix your name. You know, them thing mash up family life. You get me? I say, people, the man having family grow. You get me? But all in all, you know, a very, very sad situation. We just hope say this thing can resolve, you know what I mean? And him can at least clear him name, save him family life and him togetherness. You get me? I say, people, because it's really, really unfair if it is a situation where he was misunderstood and now is in problem. You know what I mean? In reputation as an online vlogger, I go down the drain. Because, you know, once you're a sexual offender, you know, any little endorsement you have, any little brand deal you have, where you can make an extra food to feed your family and pay your bills, automatically you're going to end up and lose them. So things like this take money to your pocket in every way, from every different angle. You get me, as a people? So at the end of the day, a man is innocent until proven guilty. I am not one who will come out and judge anybody and try to put them down. I do not support any form of sexual offenders. You get me, as a people? We don't support that, none at all. Whether against old people, young people, middle-aged people, anybody at all, we don't support no form of sexual offenders. You get me, as a people? But in these kind of situations, it can be that the person is actually innocent. We don't know. You understand, people? And as a result of that, we have to allow the courts to decide based on the evidence that is provided. Because at the end of the day, you don't want a man to get 15, 20 years of prison innocent for something where he never did do. You know, look good and you know, feel good that way there, you see me? But if a man do him crime, nothing wrong if him go do him time. You see me, I say, people? But at the end of the day, we have to just go and watch and we can't judge. All of these charges, are allegations that the individual did so and so. There's nothing to prove that the individual actually did such act. And as such, we will keep it that way until the final decision is made in the courts. Anyways, peeps, I am looking forward to your views in the comment section. As also, you can like, you can subscribe, you can share. Peace.